Welcome back to Vitamin Quiz. Think you're a human body expert? Let's find out with these 20 tricky questions. Stick around until the end for some mind-blowing fun facts. Let's go! First question. How many senses do humans typically have? 3, 5, or 10? Yes, you are right. Humans typically have 5 senses: sight, hearing, smell, taste, and touch. Did you know that 80% of what we think is taste is actually smell? Take a test. If you hold your nose while eating a piece of apple and a piece of raw onion, they might taste exactly the same because your brain can't tell the difference without your sense of smell. What is the largest organ in the human body? The liver, the skin, or the lungs? The skin. Your skin is actually your largest organ, accounting for about 15% of your total body weight. But here's the crazy part. You lose 30,000 to 40,000 dead skin cells every single minute. That means you essentially get a brand new suit of skin every 27 to 30 days. Which vitamin is produced when skin is in the sun? Vitamin A, vitamin C, or vitamin D? Vitamin D. Did you know vitamin D isn't actually a vitamin? It's a pro-hormone. Your body is solar powered. It manufactures its own vitamin D after just 10 to 15 minutes of sunlight. This sunshine vitamin is the secret to keeping your bones strong and your immune system happy. What is this organ? The heart, the liver, or the kidney? Of course you know, it's a heart. Your heart is the only muscle that never gets tired. It even has its own internal electrical system, which means it can keep beating even if it's separated from your body, as long as it has oxygen. It's the only organ that doesn't need a command from your brain to keep its rhythm. How many liters of blood are in an average adult? 2 liters, 5 liters, or 10 liters? Five liters. If you took all the blood vessels out of an average adult and laid them end to end, they would stretch for about 100,000 kilometers, 60,000 miles. That is long enough to circle the entire Earth more than twice. All of that is packed inside you right now. Which organ filters waste from the blood? The kidneys, the stomach, or the liver? The kidneys. Your kidneys are like a pair of tiny, mighty superheroes. Even though they are only about the size of a computer mouse, they are the fastest cleaners in the world. They wash your entire blood supply 40 times every single day. That's like filtering 500 big bottles of soda worth of liquid to keep your body sparkling clean and healthy. Which part of your body acts like a computer to control everything you do? The heart, the stomach, or the brain? It's your brain. Did you know the brain itself cannot feel pain? Even though it's the control center that tells you when your finger hurts, the brain has no pain receptors of its own. This unique feature allows neurosurgeons to operate on the brain while the patient is awake to monitor brain function without causing pain. Are fingerprints the only unique body prints? Yes or no? No, also tongues. Just like your fingers, your tongue has a completely unique print pattern. Where is the smallest bone located? In your nose, in your ear, or in your pinky toe? It's in your ear. It is called the stapes, or stirrup, and is smaller than a grain of rice. Even though it's the smallest, it has a massive job. It acts like a tiny piston, pushing sound vibrations into your inner ear. Without this tiny stirrup, the sound waves wouldn't be strong enough to reach your brain, and you wouldn't be able to hear a thing. Which body part has no blood supply? The teeth, the cornea, or the hair? The cornea. While hair is just dead cells and teeth have blood deep inside, the cornea is the only living tissue with no blood supply. To stay perfectly clear for your vision, it breathes oxygen directly from the air and gets nutrients from your own tears. Which part of the eye provides its color? The pupil, the iris, or the retina? The iris. Did you know? There is actually no blue paint inside a blue eye. Everyone has a little bit of brown color called melanin in their eyes. In blue eyes, there is so little of it that light bounces around inside, just like it does in the sky. It's a magic trick of light that makes them look blue, even though they're actually clear. So if you have blue eyes, you're basically carrying a little bit of the sky with you everywhere you go. Which organ can regenerate itself? The heart, the lungs, or the liver? The liver. While many organs can repair minor tissue damage, the liver is unique in its ability to undergo compensatory hyperplasia. This means that even if up to 75% of the liver is surgically removed or damaged, the remaining cells can regenerate to restore the organ to its original mass and functional capacity within a few weeks. Is sweat the cause of body odor? Yes or no? The short answer is no. Sweat is actually odorless. Body odor only happens when bacteria on your skin break down the sweat from your underarms and groin into smelly compounds. Which of these is the main reason why humans blink? A. To strengthen the muscles around the eyelids. B. To keep the surface of the eye moist and clean. C. To regulate the amount of light entering the retina. To keep the surface of the eye moist and clean. Did you know the average person blinks about 15 to 20 times per minute? That adds up to over 10,000 times a day. In fact, your eyes are closed for about 10% of your waking hours just from blinking. Does cracking your knuckles cause arthritis? A. Yes. B. No. C. Only if done daily. B. No. That sound is just gas bubbles popping in your joint fluid. It's harmless. However, while usually fine, habitual knuckle cracking may lead to decreased grip strength or soft tissue injury in some cases. Did you know that once you crack a knuckle, you usually can't do it again for about 20 minutes? This is because it takes time for the gas, mostly carbon dioxide, to dissolve back into the synovial fluid before it can form a bubble again. How many muscles to take one step? A. 50, B. 100, or C. 200? "200 muscles. Walking is one of the most complex things our bodies do automatically every day. Even the tiny muscles in your feet and toes are hard at work making micro adjustments to the terrain. So do you know which part of the brain is the conductor that manages these 200 muscles when we are walking? A. The cerebellum. B. The cerebrum. C. The brainstem. The cerebellum. Located at the base of your brain, its name actually means little brain in Latin. While the higher parts of your brain, the cerebrum, decide where you want to go, the cerebellum is the specialized processor that figures out how to get there without falling over. Where does the human digestive process actually begin? A. The mouth. B. The stomach. C. The small intestine. A. The mouth. Digestion starts the moment you take a bite. Your salivary glands produce saliva, which contains an enzyme called amylase. This enzyme begins breaking down starches into sugars before you even swallow. In fact, even just the smell of food can trigger your brain to start producing saliva, essentially preheating your digestive system. What is the hardest substance in the human body? A. Bone. B. Tooth enamel. C. Skull. Tooth enamel. Did you know that tooth enamel is the hardest substance in your entire body? It's even tougher than your bones, ranking similarly to steel on the hardness scale. However, unlike your bones or skin, enamel contains no living cells, which means it can never regrow or heal itself once it's damaged. It's your body's ultimate one-time only suit of armor. True or false? Sugar directly eats away at your tooth enamel to cause cavities. False. Sugar itself is harmless to your teeth. However, the bacteria in your mouth eat the sugar and produce acid as a waste product. It is that acid that actually dissolves your enamel. Did you know your saliva acts like a natural repair kit? It contains minerals like calcium and phosphate that help rebuild your enamel after an acid attack. But if you eat sugar too often, your saliva can't keep up. Pick your next challenge, and make sure to like and subscribe.